There are moments in life when everything feels like it's falling apart. The plans you so carefully made seem to crumble in your hands. Doors you thought would open stay tightly shut. People you trusted seem to drift away, and you stand there wondering if you misheard God's voice, wondering if you are lost. But what if I told you? What if I told you that all of this could be a sign, a divine sign that God is preparing you for something so big, so powerful that the life you once knew would no longer be able to contain it? What if the chaos isn't the enemy, but the invitation? You see, when God is preparing you for something big, He doesn't build on shaky foundations. He loves you too much to let you step into greatness unready. He will first tear down everything in your life that was not rooted in Him. And though it hurts, though it's confusing, though it tests everything inside you, it is a holy work. It's a work of love, a work of promise, a work that echoes His plans to prosper you and not to harm you, to give you hope and a future. If you are walking through uncertainty right now, if your nights are heavy and your prayers are weary, I need you to hear me. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. One clear sign of this preparation is isolation. You may feel alone in this season. The friends you used to call don't answer anymore. The circles you once fit into now feel foreign. Even the things that used to comfort you no longer bring you peace. It's not because you are unloved. It's not because you are unworthy. It's because God is calling you to Himself. He is drawing you closer, away from the noise, away from the distractions, because there are things He can only reveal to you in the silence. Isolation is not abandonment, it is incubation. It is in these quiet places that dreams are conceived. It is in these hidden seasons that identities are forged. God is whispering secrets over you that the world is not ready to hear yet. He is preparing you for a reveal so beautiful, it demands privacy for its formation. Another sign is the stirring of dissatisfaction with things that once satisfied you. Have you felt it? That gnawing feeling that there is more? That the job that once thrilled you now feels hollow? That the conversations that once lit you up now seem small? It's because your spirit is expanding beyond the boundaries of your current life. It's because you were never meant to settle where you are. God has planted something so vast inside you that it will not allow you to be comfortable in spaces that do not match your calling. That restlessness, that tension, it's sacred. It's the soil where faith grows. It's the hunger that leads you to search for more, to pray harder, to dream bigger. It's heaven's way of awakening you to the future that is rushing toward you. You will also notice that challenges seem to multiply. When you are on the brink of destiny, the pressure intensifies. It's not because God wants to break you. It's because He is strengthening you. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Warriors are shaped on the battlefield. You are being forged in the fires of adversity because what is coming requires a strength you have not yet walked in. Every no, every setback, every betrayal is not a punishment. It's a preparation. It's God enlarging your capacity. It's Him making sure that when the blessing comes, you can carry it without breaking. Do not despise the hard days. They are evidence that heaven is investing in your future. And oh, the stretching, the uncomfortable, holy stretching of your soul. God will call you to do things you feel unequipped for. He will ask you to step out when you feel unready, to speak when you feel silent, to build when you have no blueprint. This stretching is painful, yes, but it is holy. It is the stretching of a vessel being enlarged to carry more. You see, if you only operated in what you could handle, you would never know the power of what God can do through you. He is stretching your faith, stretching your obedience, stretching your vision, because the big thing He is preparing for you demands that you trust Him at a level you've never trusted Him before. It demands that you walk by faith and not by sight. It demands that you move even when you don't feel ready, because destiny does not wait for your comfort. It responds to your obedience. And then there's the sign that feels the most tender, the most beautiful, a deepening awareness of God's presence. In the midst of the chaos, the loneliness, the stretching, you will find yourself more aware of him than ever before. You will feel him in the quiet moments, in the unexpected places. You will hear his whispers of affirmation when no one else is around to cheer you on. You will sense his hand holding you up when your knees want to buckle under the weight. He is closer than ever because he knows how much you need him. He knows that stepping into the big things he has for you requires more intimacy with him. He is not just preparing the blessing for you. Do not despise the process. Do not curse the waiting. What God is building in you now is sacred. It is holy. It is necessary. Every tear you cry, every prayer you pray, every step you take in faith, it matters. Heaven records every sacrifice. Heaven hears every groan, and heaven rejoices because your story is not over. Your story is just beginning. The big thing God is preparing you for is not just about you. It's about everyone who will be blessed through your obedience. It's about every heart that will be healed because you said yes. It's about every life that will be changed because you were willing to trust God when it didn't make sense. This season will not last forever, but it will leave you forever changed. You will emerge stronger, wiser, softer, braver, more dependent on him. And when the doors swing open, when the opportunities flood in, when the promises come to pass, you will know it was worth it. Every lonely night, every uncertain step, every surrendered dream, it was worth it. Because God's plans for you are bigger than your plans for yourself. His dreams for you are wilder than anything you could imagine. His purpose for you is rooted in eternity. Stay faithful, stay expectant, stay available. What God is about to do in your life is going to leave you in awe. It's going to exceed your wildest prayers. It's going to turn your mourning into dancing. It's going to prove that not a single moment was wasted. He is the God who makes all things new. He is the God who finishes what he starts, and he is not finished with you yet. Not even close. Lift your eye. Open your heart. Trust the process. You are being prepared for something big, something holy, something that will mark your life forever. And when it comes, you will not look back with regret. You will lift your hands in gratitude and say, thank you, God, for the preparation. Thank you for the process. Thank you for trusting me with something this big. There is something sacred about the seasons of waiting, the seasons that stretch so long they seem to blur into forever. And if you are honest, sometimes it feels cruel. Sometimes you wonder if maybe you missed it. Maybe you took a wrong turn somewhere. You replay old decisions in your mind. You scrutinize every step you've taken, searching for where you might have gone wrong. But hear me, precious soul. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. God is not punishing you. You are in the in-between, the sacred middle ground between promise and fulfillment. And the in-between is always where God does his deepest work. It is in this place that he strips away every counterfeit identity you clung to. It is here that he silences the voices that once dictated your worth. It is here that he teaches you to recognize his voice above all others. Because when the big thing he has prepared for you is placed in your hands, you must be a person who knows that your value is rooted in him alone. You cannot afford to let the applause of people inflate you, nor their criticisms deflate you. Your heart must be tethered to heaven, unmoved by the shifting winds of human opinion. And so in love, he isolates you. In love, he humbles you. In love, he prepares you in secret, so that when you are revealed, you will be ready. There is a sacredness to hiddenness. A seed is hidden in the dark before it ever breaks through the soil. A baby is formed in the unseen places before it ever takes its first breath. And you are in the womb of destiny. You are in the holy place where God is forming strength in your bones and fire in your spirit. You are being prepared not just to carry a blessing, but to steward it well, to hold it with clean hands and a pure heart, to stand under the weight of it with unshakable faith. And the process, though painful, is proof that you are called to something greater than you can yet see. There will be moments when it feels easier to go back, to settle, to shrink, to return to what is familiar, even if it is smaller than what you were made for, because growth is uncomfortable, expansion hurts. Dying to the old version of yourself demands a courage that sometimes feels beyond you. But I urge you, do not retreat. Do not abandon the process. Your breakthrough is closer than it seems. The moment of birth always comes after the moment of greatest pressure. Do not confuse the pressure with the end. It is the beginning of something new. You may feel like the wilderness will last forever. You may feel like the promises you once clung to have faded into mist. But God is not a man that he should lie. What he spoke over you will come to pass. His word never returns void. It accomplishes what he sent it out to do. And you, beloved, are a walking promise. You are the evidence of a God who writes redemption stories in human hearts. Every detour, every delay, every disappointment, none of it is wasted. It is all woven into the tapestry of his perfect plan. When God prepares you for something big, he doesn't just change your circumstances, he changes you. He molds your character to match your calling. The enemy will try to convince you that delay means denial. He will whisper that you are forgotten, that you are disqualified, that your best days are behind you. But the enemy is a liar. He fears what you are becoming. He fears the impact your obedience will have. He fears the generations that will be changed because you refuse to quit. So he throws everything he can to distract you, discourage you, derail you. But he cannot stop what God has started. He cannot cancel what God has ordained. Your yes to God carries a weight that hell cannot stand against. So lean into the process. Lean into the discomfort. Lean into the stretching. When you feel weak, let it drive you deeper into his strength. When you feel lost, let it drive you deeper into his presence. When you feel weary, let it drive you deeper into his promises. You are not walking this road alone. Heaven is backing you. Angels are ministering to you. The Spirit of God himself is dwelling within you, empowering you, sustaining you, breathing new life into you. There is a fire being ignited in you, a fire that trials cannot quench. A fire that delays cannot extinguish. A fire that fear cannot control. It is the fire of purpose, the fire of calling, the fire of destiny, and it will burn brighter with every step you take in faith. It will light the path for others to follow. It will bring hope to the hopeless, healing to the broken, courage to the fearful. Your story matters. Your journey matters. Your obedience matters. There is an army rising up in this generation, an army of dreamers, of builders, of pioneers, an army of those who said yes, even when it cost them everything. And you are part of it. You are part of a holy movement that will shake the earth. You are part of a divine revolution that will awaken hearts to the love of God. What you are carrying is bigger than you. It is bigger than your dreams, bigger than your comfort, bigger than your fears. It is the kingdom of heaven breaking into earth through your life. And when the time comes when God says, now, everything will shift. Doors will open that no man can shut. Opportunities will find you. Divine connections will be drawn to you. Favor will surround you like a shield. And you will know that it was never about your ability, your resume, your charisma. It was about his grace. It was about his glory. It was about his unstoppable love for you. In that moment, you will not boast in your strength. You will fall to your knees in awe of his faithfulness. You would lift your hands in worship, tears streaming down your face, overwhelmed by the goodness of a God who kept every promise. And you will understand every lonely night, every painful pruning, every step of obedience, it was all worth it. You were never waiting for nothing. You were never stretching for nothing. You were being prepared for a divine unveiling. You were being positioned for a story that will testify to the greatness of God. You were being made ready to carry His glory into places that desperately need light. Do not despise small beginnings. Do not resent humble starts. The greatest movements often start in obscurity. The greatest leaders are often forged in the wilderness. The greatest testimonies are often written in the darkest nights. Your process is not a mistake. Your preparation is not in vain. It is the soil from which your destiny will spring forth. Stay the course. Hold fast to the vision. Trust the voice they called you. When you don't understand, even when it costs you comfort, even when the road feels endless, trust the one who is too wise to be mistaken, too good to be unkind. Trust the one who sees the end from the beginning, who holds your life in his hands, who is weaving a masterpiece from every thread of your journey. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are right on schedule. Heaven's timeline is different from ours, but it is always perfect. Every delay is a setup. Every disappointment is a redirection. Every heartbreak is a clearing of the ground for something greater. Lift your eyes, beloved. Fix your gaze on the author and finisher of your faith. He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. He is not done. He is not done. He is just getting started. The big thing he is preparing you for will not just change your life. It will change lives through you. And when you step into it, when you walk into the fulfillment of everything he has promised, you will understand the preparation was part of the promise. The waiting was part of the winning. The pain was part of the purpose. And you will lift your voice and declare, God, you did it. You were faithful. You were good. You were with me all along, and heaven will rejoice and the earth will see. And your life will be a living testimony that God is still in the business of doing exceedingly abundantly above all we could ask, think, or imagine. The big thing is coming. Stay faithful. Stay ready. Stay in Him. There is a holy invitation resting over your life right now, even if you cannot yet see it. It is an invitation into trust that defies understanding, into faith that walks blind but sure, into obedience that does not demand details before moving forward. God is inviting you to walk on water with Him, not because the waves are calm, but because the waves are wild. He is asking you to step out even when the storm is loud, even when the boat is safe. Because you were never created for safe places. You were created to live in the deep places of trust with Him, where miracles are not occasional, but expected. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It demands something deeper than surface level belief. It demands an anchor in your soul that holds when the winds rage. It demands a faith that is not built on what you see, but on who He is. And that is why the preparation feels so intense. That is why the stretching feels so relentless. Because what is ahead requires a version of you that knows how to war in the spirit, how to speak life when everything looks dead, how to believe even when you are out of breath. God is not simply preparing the promise for you. He is preparing you for the weight of it. There will be moments when you feel misunderstood, when you try to explain what you are carrying and people look at you with confusion, with doubt, maybe even with disdain. Do not be discouraged by their inability to see. They were not given your vision. They were not entrusted with your assignment. What God whispered to you in the secret place was for you, not for their validation. You must learn to be comfortable walking with a vision that others cannot yet perceive. You must learn to treasure the seed of promise in your heart, watering it with prayer, feeding it with the word, guarding it against the voices of fear and compromise. Because destiny demands protection. It demands discernment. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not everyone will understand the calling on your life, and that is okay. Release the need to be understood by everyone. Release the desire to be approved by everyone. The applause of heaven is greater than the approval of men. Your yes to God will cost you relationships, opportunities, comfort zones, but it will gain you intimacy with the one who holds your future. As you walk this road, you will feel the breaking of pride, the breaking of idols, the breaking of self-sufficiency. It will feel like loss, but it is actually liberation. It is God freeing your hands from things too small, too temporary, too shallow to carry the eternal glory He is about to place upon your life. It is the beautiful breaking that makes room for the new wine He wants to pour through you. Do not resist the breaking. Embrace it. Lean into it. Let it do its holy work in you. In the quiet places where no one sees, God is building your spiritual muscles. He is enlarging your heart. He is sharpening your discernment. He is fortifying your spirit so that when you arrive at the place He has promised, you will not crumble under the weight of blessing. You will stand firm. You will lead with humility. You will love with compassion. You will speak with authority. You will shine with His light, not because of who you are, but because of who He has become in you through the preparation. And oh, the beauty of it, the beauty of becoming. It is not the mountaintop moments that define you. It is the hidden seasons of surrender, the quiet moments of choosing obedience over comfort, faith over fear, worship over worry. These are the sacred battles that no one sees but heaven celebrates. These are the victories that forge the kind of character that can steward a movement, a ministry, a destiny. God is not just after your success. He is after your heart. He is not just writing a story of accomplishments. He is writing a story of transformation. And transformation is rarely glamorous. It is raw, it is painful. It is the shedding of old skins, the laying down of old names, the letting go of old identities. It is stepping into the truth of who you were always created to be, even when everything comfortable is stripped away. This is why the journey feels so intense, because the weight of what you are carrying is heavy, and God is shaping you into a vessel strong enough to bear it. He is removing every crack, every weak spot, every flaw that would cause you to break under pressure. He is not punishing you. He is perfecting you. He is preparing you to be a carrier of His glory, a reflector of His goodness, a vessel of His love. In the moments when you feel like giving up, when the nights feel too long and the battles too fierce, remember this: God wastes nothing. Every tear you cry is caught in His hands. Every whispered prayer echoes in His throne room. Every step you take in faith moves heaven on your behalf. You are not striving in vain. You are not enduring in vain. You are partnering with the God of the impossible, the God who breathes life into dry bones, the God who makes rivers in the desert. And soon, oh so soon, you will see what you have been praying for. You will walk into the answered prayers you once wept for. You will hold in your hands the fulfillment of promises that felt so far away. And it will not be because of your strength, but because of His. It will not be because you had it all figured out, but because you trusted when you had every reason to doubt. When the breakthrough comes, when the elevation comes, when the fulfillment comes, do not forget the one who carried you through the wilderness. Stay low before Him. Stay surrendered to Him. Remember that every good and perfect gift comes from above. Remember that apart from Him, you can do nothing. Stay rooted in the secret place where your identity is not in what you do, but in who you are, His beloved. There will be greater battles ahead, greater challenges, greater responsibilities. But there will also be greater grace, greater favor, greater authority. You were made for such a time as this. You were created for greatness, not defined by titles or accolades, but by lives changed, by hope restored, by heaven invading earth through your obedience. And through it all, let love be your motive. Let love be your fuel. Let love be your legacy. For in the end, it will not be the size of your platform or the number of your followers that heaven celebrates. It will be the size of your heart, the purity of your motives, the depth of your surrender. It will be the lives you touched, the souls you pointed back to Him, the seeds of hope you planted in barren places. You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are handpicked by heaven for such a time as this. Your journey is not random, it is divinely orchestrated. Every moment is part of a masterpiece that will declare the goodness of God to a watching world. Hold on, beloved. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. The harvest is coming, the breakthrough is coming, the fulfillment is coming. And it will be greater than you dared to dream, more beautiful than you dared to hope, more powerful than you dared to imagine. Stay faithful, stay humble, stay expectant. You are being prepared for something so much bigger than yourself. And when it comes, you will know deep in your soul it was worth it all. Every tear, every prayer, every step of faith. God has been with you every moment. He is with you still, and He will never leave you. The best is yet to come. The story is not over. The promise is still alive, and heaven is cheering you on. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep dreaming. The big thing God has been preparing for you, it's closer than you think. Stay ready, stay open, stay surrendered. The unveiling is near, and it will be glorious. Sometimes God will call you to build when there's no blueprint. He'll ask you to step when there's no visible path, and everything in your flesh will cry out for logic, for clarity, for confirmation. But His whisper will remain soft and steady. Trust me. And in those moments, it feels like walking with blindfolded faith, like walking on the water with trembling knees, but still moving forward anyway. Because in this journey, trust is the currency, obedience is the posture, surrender is the key. And you begin to realize this whole time, it was never really about the thing you were waiting for. It was about the person you were becoming. God was using the desire, the promise, the dream to draw you deeper into Himself, to reveal who He is in ways you could only see when you had nothing else to cling to, when the lights went out, when the doors stayed closed, when the silence felt endless. In those sacred moments, He became your everything. You found Him in the ache, in the breaking, in the quiet mornings when your prayers felt more like tears than words. You found Him in the stillness where your striving ended and His voice began to echo in the chambers of your soul. You found Him in the wilderness, and now that place is holy. That place, though painful, will always remind you of where you first discovered the depth of His love. God has a way of turning dry places into wells. He has a way of breathing life into places you thought were long gone. He specializes in impossible. That situation you thought was over, that dream you buried, that hope you let go of, He is not finished. In fact, He's just getting started. The enemy may have tried to convince you that you were too late, too flawed, too forgotten, but none of that holds weight in the kingdom. What matters is that God called you, and what God calls, He equips. What He starts, He finishes. There will be moments coming soon, when everything begins to shift. You'll feel it first in your spirit before you ever see it in your life. A deep knowing, a quiet stirring, peace in the middle of what should feel like chaos. That's the Holy Spirit preparing you for manifestation. You won't need to force the doors open. They will open because of who walks with you. You won't need to chase influence. Influence will find you because you carry the weight of God's presence. This is not hype. This is not fantasy. This is the fruit of faithfulness, the reward of the quiet yes, the harvest of deep roots. And when it happens, there will be no doubt in your heart. It was God. It was never luck, never coincidence, never your own strength. It was always Him. And when people look at your life, they'll see a reflection of His glory, not because you shouted it from rooftops, but because the light inside you became impossible to ignore. Your life will speak louder than your words. Your testimony will awaken sleeping souls. Your journey will become a signpost that says, God is real and He is good. Even now, even in this very moment, something is shifting in the spirit. Heaven is moving on your behalf. Angels are being dispatched. Divine alignments are forming. What felt like silence has actually been orchestration. What looked like delay has been divine timing. What seemed like rejection was actually redirection. Protection from what your eyes couldn't see. Every no was God saying, not this way. I have something better. It's Him. And yes, there were moments when you thought you lost time. Moments when you felt like the years were wasted. But let me tell you, God is the redeemer of time. He doesn't just restore what was lost. He multiplies it. He accelerates what felt delayed. He brings beauty from ashes, not just in poetic metaphors, but in tangible, undeniable ways. The years you spent hidden, healing, growing, they were not wasted. They were invested, and the return is coming. You may not see the full picture yet, but your obedience has been building something eternal. With every quiet yes, with every tear that said, I still believe, you've been planting seeds. Seeds in heaven's soil. And the harvest, it's not just for you, it's for your children. It's for your community. It's for the generations after you. You're standing in the gap for people who don't even know your name. Your faith is making room for them. Your obedience is breaking chains for them. So exhale. Let go of the pressure to figure it all out. You don't have to map the whole journey. Just take the next step. Trust that He is guiding you. He is leading you. Even the detours have purpose. Even the waiting seasons are filled with promise. Nothing is wasted in the hands of God. Nothing. You are being refined like gold. You are being shaped like clay in the potter's hands. And when the appointed time comes, and this is what God is doing in you even now, He's writing a story that will make the broken brave. He's building a foundation that will carry the weight of nations. He's breathing vision into dry bones, calling forth an army of believers who don't just speak about faith, but live it. And you are part of that army. So don't look back. Don't shrink. Don't apologize for the calling on your life. Don't downplay the anointing you carry. Walk boldly, walk humbly, walk faithfully. The path may not always be clear, but the presence of God will always be near. He is the God who finishes what He starts. The God who makes a way through seas. The God who shuts the mouths of lions. The God who takes shepherd boys and makes them kings. The God who takes the rejected and makes them rulers. The God who takes the barren and brings forth nations. And He is your God. He is preparing you, not just for something big, but for something eternal, something that will echo into eternity, something that will shift atmospheres and birth movements. And you are ready, even if you don't feel like it. You are chosen, even if you question it. You are called, even if you're still healing, because it was never about being perfect. It was always about being willing. You said yes, and heaven responded. Now walk into the promise. Walk into the purpose. Walk into the fullness of who you are in Him. Not with fear, not with striving, but with confidence, because He is with you. And if God is with you, what can be against you? This is your time. This is your moment. This is the unveiling, the birthing, the becoming. You are being prepared for something big. And when it comes, when a heaven meets earth in the story of your life, you will stand in awe. Not of what you did, but of who He is. And all the glory will belong to Him forever and ever. Amen. And now as you stand on the edge of everything you've prayed for, everything you've waited for, remember this: you are not stepping into the unknown alone. You are stepping with the one who authored your story before time began. The pain wasn't wasted. The waiting wasn't wasted. Every delay was divine. Every detour was destined. God was not just preparing a place for you. He was preparing you for the place. So walk boldly, walk humbly, carry the lessons, the scars, the wisdom, and the worship. Let your life be a living testimony that God is faithful, that his timing is perfect, and that his promises never return void. What's ahead is bigger than your imagination, stronger than your fears, and more beautiful than your dreams. You were born for this moment. You were chosen for this assignment, and now, with your heart full of surrender and your spirit lit with faith, rise, step into the big, breathtaking future that God has written for you. It is time. The heavens are cheering, the earth is waiting, and your story is about to shift from preparation to manifestation. Get ready. God is about to do something only he can do.